So today we're going to be working with these two fine people. We're going to try some emotion code, proxy, and hypnosis experience. What we're finding out is that the proxy can go back to whatever they identify as a trapped emotion in the person they're doing proxy work for. Kind of surprising event. So we're going to do a blind study on this by having one person be a proxy for the other, and then we're going to let the other person, we're going to identify the trapped emotion, the age. Then we're going to ask that the person that they're doing proxy work for exit the room, and we're going to see if the unconscious mind will communicate to the proxy's conscious mind what was going on when the trapped emotion occurred, and listen to what they have to say. Then we'll bring the person in that was having the proxy work done for them, and we will regress them back to whatever happened, and just see how well the two stories match. Okay, we're going to have this young man, we call him T, work with a young lady here, and we're going to have him locate a trapped emotion that we can work on to release. And I'm going to specify that the unconscious mind located a trapped emotion, that when we go back to what it is, that will not be something that the person that's having the proxy work done for them would feel nervous about being a public situation. All we have to do is simply have that intention, and that's what will happen. Okay, so how you doing?
Doing all right.
Okay, so the way we do this is a combination of using hypnosis and using it to identify trapped emotion with the emotion code. So let's ready to go inside?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take a deep breath. Let it go. Sleep. Okay, relax. Okay. So we're going to use this list. This is a list of the trapped emotions. As you go deeper, I'm asking your unconscious mind to show me the finger on your left hand for yes, that it lift all by itself now. Thank you. I'd like to ask your unconscious mind to show me the no finger now. Now we have permission that this young man can be a proxy for this young lady. So when you have connected as a proxy, the yes finger will lift again. Okay. So is there a trapped emotion in this young lady that we can work on to release at this time? Okay. Is it in column A? It is. Is it in an odd row? Okay. So is it in row 1? Okay, it's not. Is it in row 3? Is it in row 5? Okay. So is this trapped emotion blaming? Is it dread? It's dread. So there's a trapped emotion of dread. Now, we want to find out when this trapped emotion occurred. And so, did this trapped emotion of dread occur prior to age 10? It did. Well, let's divide that in half. Did it occur prior to age 5? Okay, so let's go down from 10. Were you 9? Were you 8? 8 years old, trapped emotion of dread. Now I'm going to ask this young lady to step out, close the door, have a seat, and we will move forward this is, okay? Okay. So the question is it okay if the unconscious mind communicate to the conscious mind what was going on when the trapped emotion of dread occurred? Okay, I get a yes. So when I count to 3 and snap my finger, you'll become aware of it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it? So what are you aware of?
I'm at home. I'm with Mom. We're talking about school. And something about grades.
Okay. Talking about school, something about grades. Is that pretty much the gist of it? Okay. So, I think that'll be fine. Good enough. So, in the moment I'm going to count to 5, that represents coming back awake. So coming up 1, easily and gently and peacefully. 2, 3, 4, and 5. The person doing your proxy work went back to a trapped emotion of dread. Okay? In fact, all of that time you're watching this. And then we asked the unconscious mind to communicate it to him what was going on when this trapped emotion occurred. So let's see what you can tell us about it, okay? You okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay, take a deep breath. Let it go. Relax, relax. Deep. Awesome. Okay. As you go deeper, I like your unconscious mind to show me the finger on your left hand for yes. Thank you. Like your unconscious mind to show me the no finger now. Okay. So the question is there a trapped emotion of dread that occurred around the age of 9 that we can work on to release? Okay. Is it okay to go back to it? Okay. When I count from 3 to 1, snap my finger, you will be there. 3, 2, 1. What are you aware of?
I'm at home. I'm around 8 or 9 and don't want to go to school.
Okay. You by yourself?
Yeah.
All right. So here's something I want to have happen with this one. I want to ask your unconscious mind, was there any moment of having a discussion with your mom? Okay, I'd like your unconscious mind to take you to that. When you're there, just nod your head yes. See what's going on?
I'm talking to my mom about it and she's upset with me.
Okay.
I don't want to listen to her.
You don't want to listen to her. So, the feelings that you're having, what word would you use to describe what you're feeling?
Dreadful.
Dreadful. That fits. Okay. So let's ask the unconscious. This happened a long time ago. I just want to know if it's just okay to release it. And if we have enough information to let those feelings go, the yes finger will, okay, very good. So this is done, we can do it with the magnet, you can do it with your hands once you identify it, but we can do it through catharsis. She went back to it, so there's content. So I'm going to count to 3 and snap my finger. When I do, those feelings begin leaving you. Rising up off you like a vapor. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what happens with catharsis is the release brings on this breathing. And as that occurs, would you, now that you're older, what would you tell that younger self?
Better to be where you need to be and risk everything to get what you want.
Okay. Does it feel like this stuff is coming out of you pretty good? Okay, when you have completely released the trapped emotions, dread, the yes when you were, very good. Oftentimes when things are released, there are realizations and understandings that can come after a session like this. And you might discover that in the next few days there will be things come to you that understandings that make sense to you, that helps you feel more comfortable when it comes to school, perhaps when it comes to being away from home. So I used an age, I used a 9 age, right? You went to 8. You went to 8. So even when I used the wrong number here, she went back to the right place. So awesome. So coming up on a count of 5, 1 easily and gently and peacefully, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, very good. You ready for this one? Okay. We're going to let you be a proxy for the young man now. Okay. Here again, we made a criteria for whatever we go to, that whatever the content is, will be okay for him to have public. So, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to go inside. Okay, take a deep breath. Let it out. Relax. Good job. Sleep. Drift down deeper and deeper. And then just allow what happens to happen. Those fingers can lift all by themselves automatically, unconsciously. It's your unconscious mind that knows this. So the question then is there a trapped emotion in this young man that we can work on to release at this time? Get a yes? And is that trapped emotion column A? It is. Is it in an odd row? Okay. Well, is it in row 2? No, is it in row 4? It's in row 4. So is this trapped emotion blaming? Is this trapped emotion dread? Is this trapped emotion fear? Fear. Okay. Did this trapped emotion of fear occur prior to age 10? It did. Did it occur prior to age 5? Okay. So going down from 10, were you 9? You were 9. Okay, so we're going to ask the showman to step out. And with his permission, we'll let, we'll figure out what it is. So the question is, okay, if the unconscious mind communicated to the proxy's conscious mind what was happening when this trapped emotion of fear, fear, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry. Fear occurred. Okay, it is. So when I snap my finger, you'll become aware of it. Okay. So what are you aware of?
I'm at home.
At home.
And I'm hearing things.
Okay.
And I don't know if anyone's home with me. I'm scared and I don't know what to do about it.
Okay. All right. Good enough. You located it. So let's come out of trance. Coming up 1, usually and gently, very peacefully. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Let's bring it in. Hello there.
How you doing?
Okay, so we just located, according to your proxy, that there's a trapped emotion, fear, that occurred around age 9. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we had her go back to it and tell us what she was aware of. Let's take you back to it and see what you can find out about it, okay?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay, sir. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Cool. All right, so the first question I want to ask your unconscious, is there a trapped emotion of fear that is still there, that's occurred around the age of 9? Okay, is it okay to go back to it? Okay, so I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. On the count of 1, when I snap my finger, you will be there. 3, 2, 1. Okay, where are you? What's going on?
I'm in front of Mom and Dad.
Okay.
It has to do something about trouble.
Okay.
I'm scared. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay, something scared you then. Okay. So I want to kind of see what's going prior to that, when this feeling of fear first occurred, and when the unconscious mind locates that, the yes, remove it. It's like we're backing this up a little bit. Okay, so when I snap my finger, you'll be there. Okay, what are you aware of now?
I'm on the way home with my mom
Okay.
after a bad day at school,
Mm-hmm.
and she's telling me Dad's not going to be happy with me because I got in trouble in class.
Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move past what happened when you were with your mom and dad to if this is lingering fear for you. I want the unconscious mind to locate whatever is relevant about that. First, let me ask the unconscious mind: was there some struggling in this young man, upsetness after the encounter with mom and dad? Okay, so moving forward in time to what's going on with that, when I snap my finger, you'll be there. What are you aware of?
I'm in my room.
Okay.
By myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel lost.
You feel lost?
Yeah. I'm scared, but lost, feeling scared, like I don't know what's going on.
Okay. You're doing okay? All right. So you've looked at quite a bit of this. I'm going to ask a question just specifically to your unconscious mind. Was there any sounds that alarmed you during that time?
Yeah.
What are you aware of?
A loud noise. I don't know how to describe it, but it sounds close.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's coming towards me.
Okay. All right. So we have this fear locked in there. Okay. Is there something more?
I feel like it's from my dad.
Oh, this loud noise. You think you're worrying that it's coming from your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's gonna hurt me.
So you're worried that your dad's going to hurt you. Okay, you're afraid that he'll hurt you. Okay. Then I want to ask your unconscious mind. We went through this. This was a long time ago. Would you agree with me that you feel pretty safe with your dad nowadays? Okay. The idea of worrying about being hurt physically from your dad, that you, which I'm hoping, but if you're pretty sure, and without me saying anything, that the likeliness of your dad ever physically harming you is pretty much zero, then your head can digest. Okay then. So we have this fear, stuff that happened when you were younger. I just want to ask your unconscious mind, now that we understand that, if we have enough information to let it go. And if so, the yes finger will lift. Okay. There's something more we need to know. So I want the unconscious mind to take us where we need to go in order to get all the understanding we need. So when the unconscious mind locates that, the yes finger will lift. Okay? Well, when I snap my finger, you'll be there. Okay? Is this okay to talk about? Okay, what are you aware of?
I'm in a hospital bed, and I hear a loud noise. And my dad's in the room, and I don't know where it's coming from.
So are we talking about back when you were in the hospital for your concussion?
Yeah.
Okay. We know that has a lot to do with it. So that
I'm
Is-
11.
that's afterwards. Oh, so that's called, they call that second hit syndrome. So the initial sensitizing event was the loud noise when you were younger, and now you hear another loud noise, and if that triggered the memory and feelings of your dad is going to hurt you, the yes finger will lift. Okay, so now we made that connection. Okay, so let's go back to what was going on in the hospital. And you're older now, so looking back at that, how do you feel about it now?
Safe.
Okay,
Understanding.
you understand. So what you were thinking and feeling back at 11, you think that was basically thinking something that wasn't likely to occur? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how those memories work sometimes. It's just projected into other things. So let's see if we can let it go. If we have enough information to let it go, the yes finger will lift. Awesome. On the count of 3, snap my finger. Those feelings begin leaving you as in the body like a vapor. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you two. It was really interesting what we did. So it looked to me like both of you identified accurately what was going on with the other, although there were lots of different things happening in those moments of time. You had an interesting comment afterwards about what it looked like. So obviously visuals. I'd like you guys to talk about your experiences as proxy and what you became aware of and how you became aware of it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and talk.
You started with mine or hers?
You start.
So I think, well, the thing that I first noticed when I went back to yours was, I noticed right away we were standing in like a bigger room with the big like glass sort of door window thing right behind it, right behind your mom, like where she was talking. Like, you look like a living room, like there's a couch behind you. That's about right.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I don't know, there was just like, when your mom was talking to you, she was like walking around, like, kind of like a chair-ish thing, like like an individual chair, like right in front of the door. She's like walking right behind it, and like standing sort of like to the right of it a little, like you were standing here, the chair was here, your mom was like to the right of it. So you were looking at her, the chair, and out the window.
Yeah.
Like out the window there was like a grass, like field, like backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
I think it's like pretty cool. Like, I think it's pretty awesome. Like how you can go back to it and like it can be the same thing. Like he notices details that were actually there. So.
Mm-hmm.
Was that accurate? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Okay, so do you have anything to offer about when you were going back to the stuff that
Like about when I went back to
when
his.
you
Oh yeah. So when, like, I noticed that when I went back to your memory, it was like you were kind of in a darker, like it was kind of darker.
the room?
Yeah.
Was it like a dark blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the color of my room.
Yeah, and you were like in front of a window.
I have it, like the window had like a pull down curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that. And like, I don't know, you're just kind of sitting by yourself.
In a little chair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in a little chair. Kind of in the corner, kind of.
Yes. I have a love seat in the corner of my room right next to my window.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Like,
yeah, it is quite amazing, and we do know from our experiences here that this seems to be no big trick to do, is it? I mean, it's like if you can connect up as a proxy in hypnosis, it's almost always something that as we've managed to do out here, is have a proxy regress back and gather information relevant to the feeling. So, pretty cool, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.